Shopping is very, very challenging for us.
Till now, grocery shopping for Navy wife Wendy Cruz meant either this,
Pushing a wheelchair and pulling a grocery cart is very, very difficult.
or hiring a nurse to stay with 8-year-old Addie, who has spastic, quadriplegic cerebral palsy. She can't speak and has a feeding tube.
This is a big, big win for our special needs community.
She's talking about Caroline's cart, made by an Alabama special needs military mom. The carts are offered in some retailers and malls, and now the military is bringing them on board.
There are now 40 commissaries across the country that have the carts. 3 of them are here in San Diego County, 32nd Street, Pendleton, and here at Miramar.
We're going to see how well that goes, how much it's used, and see how much more needs to be put out there in either other commissaries.
There's a 5-point harness, safety wheels. The handles swing in and out.
It can actually be somebody up to like 250 pounds, so an adult can actually use the cart as well. It's easily accessible.
Cruz using the one at Miramar, kept by the self-checkout for the very first time.
It was fantastic. She's so happy. She smiled, she looked around, she got to participate and see the groceries, and it's something that as ordinary as the task sounds, it's huge when you've never been able to do it before.
A cart, a small gesture that Cruz says reminds her daughter that she counts.
It means the world.
At MCAS Miramar, Erica Fox, Fox 5 News.
Our Christian De La Rosa is live at Brown Field, where Tamarisi took off just less than an hour ago.
Fox 5's Jason Sloss joins us live from San Bernardino, where authorities made that announcement about the arrest, and Merritt made his first court appearance. Jason.
That's where we find our Christina Adencial right now. She's got live results for us from there. What's going on? Looks pretty bad.
Meteorologist Jason Hanman has more on the heat wave in just a few minutes.
Yes, but we want to first check in with Juliet Vara, who starts us off live at McKinley Elementary in North Park. Juliet.
Reporter Christian De La Rosa saw the Cobra delivered and tells us why it's there tonight.
Fox 5's Jamie Chambers is live in Lincoln Park, where some concerned residents met with the police department tonight. Jamie.
Fox 5's Christian De La Rosa is there with what we know about the man and why some believe the death is suspicious. A lot of unanswered questions, Christian.
Our Jamie Chambers is in City Heights right now, where a second night of protesting is underway. Jamie.
Fox 5's Christian De La Rosa is at the scene of the deadly crash, still under investigation.
Yeah, Fox 5's Ashley Jacobs joins us live from downtown to tell us exactly what that judge set his bail at and what the charges he faces now are. Ashley?
Christian De La Rosa live now with why the Marines family says jail was far worse than his 2 tours in Afghanistan. Christian?
An emotional day in court, Jen. Charles Chase Merritt, his appearance was brief. His arraignment was delayed until next week. But authorities are describing his actions in this case as cold and callous, and the case could be eligible for the death penalty.
Well, that's right, Phil and Kathleen. If you take a look, you can still see the pickup truck here on the off-roads, I should say, of the off-ramp, the La Costa off-ramp. California Highway Patrol officers still at the scene. They're checking this truck out for evidence. Now, on the ground, you can also see a pole. It's a light pole that was bent, and it appears the truck hit this pole before coming to a stop. Officers tell us just after 8:30 tonight.
It was a rare moment, with most of the stakeholders all in agreement that body cameras are necessary, with the simple premise that everyone seems to behave better when they're on camera.
Yes, at this point, that's the truth. A source close to the investigation tells me the man was from San Diego and had a criminal history. But even then, some believe the death may be suspicious.
Yeah, guys, take a look at what's going on behind us. We've got all these protesters here at the corner of 40th and the 15 freeway. I'm just going to give you a little flavor of what's going on right now. Take a look over here. I just want to show you how the cops are trying to protect the freeway. Of course, earlier in the day, early this morning, protesters took over the 15 freeway. The cops do not want a repeat of that situation. You've got Highway Patrol, you've got SDPD all out here.
Kathleen, I'm standing right about where the victim was. You can still see the markings left by police on the pavement. Investigators say the elderly woman was parked on the other side of the road, and as she was backing up, for some reason she lost control of the vehicle, hitting and killing the 45-year-old mother of 3 who was also a prominent figure in San Diego's business community. Kathleen, Phil, good evening. Yes, 26-year-old Andrew Tamarisi is now on his way back home to Florida. He took off from Brownsfield right here just moments ago. Take a look at these images of him for the first time on American soil after being in a Mexican jail.
Well, it was quite the scene Wednesday during that officer-involved shooting, and it all stemmed from police trying to arrest this 18-year-old suspected car thief.
This is a Fox 5 News special report.
Good morning, I'm Erica Fox alongside Jen Carlman. We continue to follow breaking news out of Southwestern College. And let's go ahead now to our Salvador Rivera. He is on campus, and of course the big concern, Sal, is Ebola. Let's listen in.
Right now you see one of the school administrators. She's come out to basically tell us that they really don't have any information for us right now. They're waiting on more of the authorities or health officials to show up and start really going through the building right now. A lot of students are outside here waiting for us with some more information. You can see a lot of them are here. We're told that the classes are still going on in the other buildings. The actual building in question is
And spending the afternoon with Alan Steen, it is so interesting to hear him talk about these other jobs that he had since he embraced playing Spock so much and had such a successful career. I mean, Phil and Maria, it's tough to picture the legendary Mr. Spock as a house painter in between acting gigs.
Yeah, it sure is. Great story, and thanks to him for letting us share that memory today, Ashley.
Well, Andrew and Jen, it was a tragic story. Now, of course, this is the street where they finally found that vehicle. Take a look behind me. It was extremely busy earlier today as it was a crime scene where a manhunt for that 46-year-old suspected murderer, Joseph Stuber, came to an end.
Chance was apparently stolen from an outdoor kennel back in 2006. Animal Services found the boxer just 11 days ago wandering in Bonsall.
They scanned his microchip and contacted his owners. Fox 5 photojournalist Jacob Cervantes brings us the touching reunion.
I just kind of broke down a little bit because I'd lost hope for all those years, and I'd always been curious of what had happened to him, and after seeing him like walk through the doors, I just lost it. I was so excited and still like in complete shock that I was getting him back. 2006, I was at a horse show, and we came home and he wasn't there, and he disappeared, and we checked for flyers and all that, and it wasn't luck. We checked for a couple months, we kind of started losing hope. On December 30th, my mom got a voicemail from Animal Services, and they had said that they found a 12-year-old boxer named Chance, and the microchip had scanned to my mom's info. So I was like in complete denial, like, no, there's no way. Come on. I took him to Fiesta Island a couple days ago just to kind of get him out, and he plays pretty well with my dog, so he's been hanging out with them, he's hanging out with me, just trying to get back those 8 years that I missed with him.
The California Highway Patrol decided to use this stretch of the I-5 between Oceanside and San Onofre because a lot of buses and van transports roll through here, and they were looking for safety violations.
This is a combination of enforcement and education.
It's also about safety for all of us, not just the people in the buses or passenger vans.
You can imagine a bus that encounters heavy traffic, applies the brakes and can't stop. The chances of them causing catastrophic injuries and damage to others is apparent.
That's why these inspections are critical.
We inspect the steering, the brake systems, the frames, the wheels, the tires. We also look at the driver's qualifications and paperwork. We want to ensure that the drivers are properly trained, have the proper license, medical clearance. A big concern for us in the last few years has been driver fatigue. There's been a lot of press about driver fatigue when it comes to commercial drivers. So one of the things we look at is the hours of service for these drivers, and we do that by looking at their logbooks to determine how many hours they've been working. We are here to teach and to provide that education with the goal being compliance, compliance, compliance. We would rather not do that by coming out to investigate your crash.
Sergeant Dave Dreyer says they inspect bus companies and their vehicles at their facilities on a yearly basis, but it's totally different out here.
When they don't know that we're out here, they're going to drive whatever vehicles are in their fleet, not worried about the highway patrol. And when we pull them in here and inspect them, we believe that we're seeing a much better example of the vehicles that they are putting on the road. We're not here simply to write tickets to bus companies. We are here to inspect safety-related items on the buses, but we really want to get the message across to the public as well, and more importantly, to the bus companies to let them know that we do take this serious. You are going to see us out here more often.
You know, we used to call this period of time in September, October, November kind of wildfire season. We no longer do that. Wildfire season in California is now year-round.
Armed with information, the San Diego Fire Rescue Department and volunteers go door to door.
Hi, I'm from the city of San Diego.
They're delivering wildfire safety information.
We're trying to make sure that people are prepared.
Volunteers take pride in their responsibility to educate others.
I mean, I live in this community and, you know, I'm trying to help out the best way we can. You never know when a disaster is going to strike.
Keeping people safe, making sure that they're aware of fire dangers is critical to keeping safe during this fire season.
Their passion does not go unnoticed.
Frankly, without their assistance, we couldn't get this done to the degree that we would like to.
That goal reached 6,000 different homes in one day, stuffing thousands of bags with information and plotting specific routes on maps.
Firefighters say taking that extra step, walking door to door, having face-to-face interaction, proves to be successful.
We have a box with all of our important papers and vaccine records for the kids and birth certificates and things like that.
The chief hopes others follow her lead and targets homes near high acreage wildland areas and canyons in each of the 9 council districts.
The more they do in advance of a wildfire, even on an inner city canyon, the better we can be prepared, the more safely our firefighters can operate, and the better job we can do for everyone.